Imagine you're cruising down the highway, wind in your hair, enjoying the ride, when suddenly, flashing lights in your rear view. You pull over, but it's not for speeding. It's because you just broke a law you didn't even know existed. There are some motorcycle laws that most riders have never heard of. Laws that could cost you big time or even leave you without your bike. Ready to find out what they are? Hold on tight, because these 10 secret motorcycle laws could change the way you ride forever. Rule 1. Helmet-free riding. If you're lucky. You've probably heard that wearing a helmet is a must in most places, but what if I told you there are states where it's totally legal to ride without one? In Florida, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, you can ditch the helmet, but there's a catch. You have to be over 21, and you need a special amount of medical insurance. Sounds like freedom, right? But here's the problem. Not all bikes are included. Smaller scooters? Yeah, they still require helmets. And in some states, if you don't have proof of that insurance, you could get hit with a hefty fine. So, before you even think about riding without a helmet, make sure your insurance is solid. Trust me, getting caught without it will cost you more than just your pride. And speaking of getting caught off guard by rules, there's another surprising motorcycle regulation that could land you in hot water. Rule 2. You could get fined for riding without foot pegs. Let's say you're giving a buddy a ride on your bike. They hop on, you take off, but here's the thing. If your bike doesn't have proper foot pegs for them to rest their feet on, you could be in serious trouble. Believe it or not, it's illegal to carry a passenger if your bike isn't equipped with passenger foot pegs. And it's not just a suggestion, it's the law in many states. Even worse, if you don't have a proper passenger seat, no, a padded fender doesn't count, you could be facing a fine. We're talking anywhere between $100 and $250 for something you probably never even thought about. So, before you give someone a ride, make sure your bike has the right setup. But that's not the only sneaky rule out there. There's another little-known law that could make your ride a lot more uncomfortable. Rule 3. Eye protection is a must, even with a windshield. Think you're safe behind a windshield? Think again. In states like New York, Minnesota, and Georgia, wearing proper eye protection is mandatory, even if you've got a full windshield in front of you. That's right. No matter how much wind the glass blocks, tiny rocks, bugs, or debris can still make their way into your eyes. And here's the kicker. Your eye protection needs to be shatterproof. Regular sunglasses won't cut it. The wrong eyewear could get you pulled over and fined on the spot. It's a simple fix, though. Just keep a clear visor or night-friendly glasses handy. The small investment will save you from annoying fines and potential accidents down the road. But there's an even crazier law that could leave you completely stranded on the road if you're not careful. Rule 4. You might be breaking the law every time you stretch your legs. Ever caught yourself stretching your legs out while riding? Well, if you're not careful, that innocent move could land you a ticket. In many places, you must keep your feet on the foot pegs at all times, even if you're just adjusting your boots. Sounds harsh, right? But the idea is simple. Keeping your feet on the pegs gives you better control of your bike. Officers can and will pull you over if they spot you with your feet off the pegs, even for a second. And fines, they can go well over $100, and repeat violations might even cost you points on your license. So next time you feel like stretching, make sure you're fully stopped first. This law might sound strict, but wait until you hear about a rule that could land you a fine for simply parking your bike in the wrong place. Rule 5. Parking on the sidewalk. It's not always legal. Imagine this. You're in a crowded city looking for a place to park. You spot a sidewalk with no cars blocking it and you park your bike. Sounds good, right? Wrong. In some cities like San Francisco, parking your bike on the sidewalk is totally legal as long as you don't block pedestrian traffic. But, and this is important, these laws are hyper-local. Just because it's allowed in one neighborhood doesn't mean it's fine across town. Many cities have confusing signage, and you could easily park your bike legally in one area, only to get fined or towed in another. So, before you park, always double-check the signs. A small mistake could end up costing you big. Now, let's talk about a law that could get you a ticket before you even hit the road. Rule 6. Your motorcycle plate light has to be just right. This is one of those details you probably never think about. But in some states, your motorcycle plate light has to be absolutely perfect. In places like Texas, Arizona, and Georgia, you can't have a colored or flashing light on your plate. It must shine white and be strong enough to show your plate clearly at night. Sounds pretty basic, right? But here's the thing. Many riders get in trouble after modifying their bikes with custom rear lights or underglow kits that accidentally cover or obscure their plates. A simple fix like swapping out a dim bulb for a bright white one can save you from a fine between $75 and $200. It's a small investment to avoid a big hassle. But this next law might catch you completely off guard, especially if you ride in a group. Rule 7. Riding side by side could get you pulled over. Group rides are a blast. You're all cruising along, enjoying the open road. But did you know that riding side by side could actually get you ticketed in some states? In areas like Arkansas and New York, it's illegal to ride side by side once you hit certain speeds. The idea behind it is that it limits maneuverability and reaction time if something goes wrong. Officers will often pull over riders in groups if they spot them cruising shoulder to shoulder, even in light traffic. So, when you're out on the road, always make sure to stagger your formation. Not only will it keep you safer, but it'll also keep you legal. And speaking of safety, there's another law that's a bit of a gray area but can have some serious consequences. Rule 8. Lane splitting. It's not as legal as you think. California has made lane splitting famous. But here's the truth, lane splitting is not legal everywhere. In fact, only a few states like California and Utah have clear guidelines allowing motorcycles to ride between lanes of slow or stop traffic. Outside those areas, you could face a fine for trying it. What's even crazier is that even in California, lane splitting is only legal under certain conditions. It can't be too dangerous and the traffic must be moving slowly. So, before you zip between cars, make sure you know the laws where you're riding. You could be taking a risky gamble without even realizing it. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about something that might seem minor, but it can get you in trouble quicker than you think. Rule 9. Tinted visors. Illegal at night. This one's pretty straightforward, but a lot of riders don't realize how important it is. In some states, like California, you can't wear a dark visor at night. Why? Because it's dangerous. Tinted visors can drastically reduce your visibility, especially on dark roads or highways. Even if you think your visor is fine under street lights, the law treats it as a safety risk. So, if you're riding at night, make sure to swap out your tinted visor for a clear one. It'll keep you safe and save you from a fine. And lastly, let's talk about a law that could make a huge difference to your safety and could also lead to a ticket if you forget about it. Rule 10. Mandatory headlight use, even during the day. You might think that only nighttime requires your headlight to be on, but in states like California, Florida, and Michigan, your motorcycle headlight has to be on at all times, even in broad daylight. This rule isn't about helping you see better, it's about helping other drivers see you. Studies have shown that motorcycles with headlights on during the day are more noticeable, which could make all the difference in preventing accidents. Forgetting to turn your headlight on? That's an easy way to end up with a fine. Motorcycle laws can be confusing, and it only takes one mistake to get yourself into trouble. But by understanding these 10 secret laws, you can ride smarter, safer, and avoid unnecessary fines. Keep these rules in mind on your next ride. And remember, the road might be full of surprises, but at least you'll be ready for them. Stay safe out there.